Hey guys, what's up? So here we will talk about how lazy loading of just images, nothing else, all the content and everything is loaded all at once, but just loading images, how much different it makes. And that's why, whenever you are designing a front end application, whether it be e-commerce application, whether it be social media application, whatever it is, you always consider very, very much when you are doing state management. If you're doing, if you're performing any global state, storing data in global state, make sure to have cleanup functions when you unmount the component and all that stuff. If you are basically loading assets like images or video or whatever it is, always load it lazily, meaning that when the user reaches that point or the user is actually viewing that data or whatever. And the same applies for the assets also, like you can pretty much load the assets also once the page is fully loaded or once the user is viewing it anyways. Okay, so if I do a hard refresh, just see what happens in both of these cases. So you can see that this lazy loading, it's basically a spinner until the actual content loads, and that's what it is. And the difference between these two is that this, in the left hand side, everything, all this image and everything is basically in the public directory of the hosted application. So it's not on any CDN. However, in this one, in the right hand side, whatever you see, it is actually in the GitHub hosted CDN, and you will see the difference. So you can see that this hero image is about 4.4 MBs of size, and the status is 200. However, if you see in this one, it is 302, and the size is also 2.9 KB. So you can see the difference, how much it makes, right? But still, with the help of lazy loading, things have been much optimized in this one. As you can see that it finished almost in 34 seconds, and it's still happening because it's loading literally everything that this particular page belongs to. However, this only loads on demand. So as I scroll down, you will see that these are the images that is loaded, and let me just clear this up. And as I scroll down, you will see that these cover 1, cover 2, and cover 3 images are loaded. Okay, so these images are loaded on demand. Okay, so that is the difference. I mean, yeah, that's what it is about. So let me clear this off, and let me do now. You saw the hard reloading part, so let me quickly do a hard reload for these two pages. And in all the cases, you will see the difference, how much it affects everything. So of course, this hero image is really big, and because it's not CDN cached, so this takes a lot of time compared to what you see here. But just let's just wait and see. So currently this is almost loaded, and maybe due to some resource usage, so this is almost loaded, and we are still waiting for this to get refreshed. And I think now it has. So yeah, I mean, it has been loaded now successfully. However, this is still going on, and it is taking some more time. And it took almost 33 seconds for this one. However, and if you see the healthy ratio of MBs, so here you will see that around 5.5 MBs were actually loaded at a time. And if you remove this big hero image, which is basically actual content, which takes the most of the time, it would shrink even further to a very small amount. And out of the total resource, which is 7.1 MBs of resources, requests are just 4 out of 35 requests. And here you can see that 210 out of 516 requests. So of course you can see the difference, right? How much more just by image optimization, this is the result. Of course, we can do asset optimization, meaning that when I reach some certain point, then only the data would be loaded and so on. So we can do that part also. But again, that is a different thing. Here we are focusing on lazy loading images, specifically these background big images like this one, which is 4.4 MBs. So we can actually do the CDN caching. Like here, we can do the same thing. So let me just see. Let me search for this hero.jpg. So yeah, I mean, you can see the difference, right? It is like this one is just a normal JPG raw true. It's just 2.8 KBs compared to this giant 4.4 MBs. And time also, you can see that. So this took the majority of the time. So yeah, I mean, those things matter a lot. And if I do normal soft refresh, then also you will see that, in case of soft refresh also, this actually takes a little bit, I mean, stays on the little bit higher side. And it took like, I think it's just gonna be double. And like, as I go down, I will see everything loaded on demand. So like this particular one and all these images, whatever is here and everything. So yeah, I mean, and you can of course use any kind of spinner. So this is the difference, and I hope you got it right, like how much difference it makes by doing some lazy loading stuff. And if I stay just in the top, it's just very less and very optimized, and it loads things very quickly here. Okay, so this was an overview of how things change when you do these kind of optimizations. Now let's go and see some code to understand what's happening here. So I'm using two higher order components. One is image specific, other one is actually for those images that have backgrounds. So that's the only difference. And I'm using intersection observer API. And instead of using like a plain in a plain way, I am actually wrapping it up in a lot of places. So let me quickly search this and show you an example. So you can see that here I'm using this image loader and so on, and you can do pretty much a lot of things with this. And if you are new to this intersection observer, I have created a full video on that. Check out the I button and you will find the same. Okay. Even in simple terms, if I tell you, so intersection observer takes up entries, and since we are observing one entry, so we are taking the first element, we are setting the visibility to what if it is intersecting or not. And then we also pass in the options, like what is the root margin. If it is not defined, take 0.5 pixel as the default. And this is like the margin which covers it up. So if that is not supplied, take 0 pixels. Okay. So that's about this lazy image loader thing. And yeah, I mean, that's all about this video. I hope you liked it. And of course, I have added some more WebSocket tracking, and I also have a dedicated playlist on tracking session data, different user actions, like what is the button clicks, if they have reached the bottom or not, how many times they have clicked it, what is the user duration, every session and all that. So I've added all of that here, and you can check out that other playlist in case if you are interested into knowing that. And that's all for this video. So I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in comments. And if you want more such content, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much and have a great day.